Welcome to Sunny Side Up. My guest today is a very special person. We started out as colleagues and today, after 5 6 years, have become great friends. Meet Anand Dwivedi, who inspires me every day.
Thank you so much, Sunita. We have been trying since long, and finally we met. And thank you so much again for calling me here.
तो आप लोगों ने नोटिस किया होगा कि आज का एपिसोड मैंने आउटडोर में शूट किया है. With early rain showers, the weather turned beautiful. तो सोचा क्यों ना मौसम का मजा लिया जाए और बाहर बैठकर कुछ बातचीत हो जाए. ऐसे अनएक्सपेक्टेड सरप्राइजेस लाइफ में बहुत बार मिलते हैं. कुछ तो बहुत ही प्लेजेंट होते हैं, जैसे जून की गर्मियों में ये बारिश. पर कुछ सरप्राइजेस हमारी अच्छी खासी चलती हुई जिंदगी में ब्रेक लगा देते हैं. और आनंद के साथ भी कुछ ऐसा ही हुआ. तो चलते हैं खुली हवा में बाहर और जानते हैं आनंद की लाइफ के उस फेज के बारे में.
Yeah, so I was the youngest kid of my family. My father was a government officer, and I had a normal life, a middle class family of five siblings, and living in a small town in Jharkhand. So there was nothing unusual, quite usual family and all normal. And my father was in a transferable job with central government, so we kept on changing cities between Jharkhand and UP. But yeah, after completing my class 12, I finally happened to be in Delhi, and I continued my studies from Delhi. I said this at my home that I'm going for preparation of government job, but secretly I had a friend who was in art circle and with filmmakers. So he told me that he's currently working with Prabhat Jha, a very well-known director from yeah, no, Prakash Jha's brother Prabhat Jha. So he was editor, and I was very good in computers. So he was looking for a good computer, a person with good computer knowledge, so that he can try digital editing. That was something new that time. I'm discussing about 20 years back. My father came to know about this pretty soon, and he said, since you are not doing what I wanted you to do, at least you should learn a foreign language. Because apart from your studies, if you have something else, that will give you an edge. And I think experience really helped me a lot. Started learning in German from Max Muller Bhavan, and within 3 months, I got an opportunity to teach German in DPS Puram as a German teacher. So I started my career officially as a German teacher. So finally, I landed up with this job, and I was earning good. So I was very happy. I told this to my parents, but somehow my father was not happy. He said you should still keep on trying for government job, and after 2 3 months, then I got an offer with a very big corporate house as a German language expert. And initially, I said no to them because they convinced me that you are living alone, and यहाँ पे हम आपको खाना देंगे, बोल टाइम हम ट्रांसपोर्ट देंगे, and there were so many attractions, so we got carried away. And फिर मैंने हाँ बोल दिया, and when I finally informed my parents, I found them a bit relaxed. That, okay, now they were happy. Yeah, at least not a government job, but yeah, he's at a better place. He has some growth opportunity there, and maybe he'll do better. Everything was going good. I met my wife in this organization, and many friends, so we all were in a group, and after a couple of years of courtship, like we both decided that we should get married, and we invited our parents again at my place, and then we discussed this, and everyone agreed, so there was no hiccup as such.
तो आनंद का अब तक का सफ़र हम सभी 60s एंड 70s बॉर्न इंडियन मिडिल क्लास फैमिली के बच्चों की तरह ही है, जिनके फादर्स गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स में हैं और उनका सपना भी यही है कि उनके बच्चों की गवर्नमेंट जॉब लग जाए तो उनकी लाइफ सेट हो जाए। बट हमारे 20s में पहुंचते पहुंचते इंडिया एज अ नेशन वाज ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग। द इकोनॉमी वाज ओपनिंग अप, lots of multinational companies were entering into India and offering attractive job options to the youngsters of the nation. Gurgaon was becoming the hub for multinational companies' headquarters, and we were getting exposed to fancy offices, world-class infrastructure, multi-cuisine cafeterias, gym and leisure activities in the office, foreign travel, and much, much more. And finally, private jobs were accepted as a career option by parents. Some were even proud, and धीरे धीरे गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स का फितूर कम होने लगा। Moving back to Anand's story, he finds a great job in an MNC, finds his life partner in the workplace, has two boys, parents are happy, और उसकी जिंदगी का सुहाना सफर शुरू हो चुका है। He calls it a picture perfect life. तो आगे चलते हैं, उसकी पिक्चर परफेक्ट लाइफ में क्या होता है।
Yes, so after my marriage, I got an opportunity. I went to London for a few months, and I transitioned a new work stream to India. I started a new department, and uh, career-wise as well, I was doing really great. Uh, we conceived our first child, and uh, so life was kind of a picture perfect, uh, kind of. But yeah, as you know, things do not remain same at all the time. So after a few years, there was sudden shift, and when I lost my father. So we were all shocked, and we, while I was trying to come over it, I came to know that there's some problem in my tongue. So uh, back to time when I was in UK, I had a tongue bite, and because of this tongue bite, there was a kind of cyst on my tongue. I was getting it treated, but gradually it became malignant, and I was kind of told that I don't have more than 6 months now. So because it was in fourth stage, and the moment I realized and we got test done, or it was a little late, so it was spread over my neck as well, and of it was kind of the world is upside down for me. I still am shivering while recalling this moment, because my younger son was just 3 months old when first my father, passed away, and then only after a few weeks I came to know about this. So this was the biggest kind of shock for our family. What was the condition called? What is the medical term for this condition? They call it carcinoma of tongue. Mm, I don't, so you you can call it tongue cancer. So basically, it was because of that tongue bite that uh, you know converted into a malignancy. Uh, but uh, I knew that the tough time. I had no clue how to go about it because my mother was not in good state, so we could not tell this to my mom. But I informed some of my relatives, few of my best friends, few of my mentors in my office, and um, mm, luckily I got good support, at least financially and emotionally. So I was relaxed that at from one side that whatever the financial aspect would be, or that will be taken care of. So I went for another opinion, and finally after making good research about it, I met with a renowned mm, team of doctors, and when I met them, uh, they said that they can still save me if I get this treated within a week. So we did not waste time, and within a couple of days, I went for that, and it was long, I think 17-hour surgery. So initially, there were three teams. First, they removed, first team removed all the malignant areas, and the second team basically grafted, they took flap from my wrist and they grafted a new tongue. And then the third team came, and they did plastic surgery. They took skin from my thigh and they kind of fixed it. So it was a good 16 to 17-hour surgery. And after that, I was in coma for next 48 hours. And I was on ventilator, and uh, uh, so that was the real trauma, I'd say, because though I was not able to speak because of my surgery, but I could feel the pain, and I was on highest level of drug so that I could sustain or I could bear that pain. Um, Morphine, they say. So I have not willingly, but just to deal with this, I had to take morphine for a few days. And after taking morphine, I used to feel better. And this went on. I was in hospital for another 6 to 8 weeks. I was not able to eat. I was not able to speak. So, and after that, even when I came back, so uh, the journey after that was not quite easy for me because uh, I could speak only after 6 months, I would say. So for next 6 months, I was only uh, having liquid diet. I was surviving on liquid diet, and that too via a rice pipe. So I was not able to consume anything directly by my mouth. And thankfully, my wife was there throughout, and she took care of everything. And I think it's because of her I think I'm still surviving.
तो देखा आपने दोस्तों, कैसे एक अनएक्सपेक्टेड इवेंट ने आनंद की पिक्चर परफेक्ट लाइफ को एक नए मोड़ पे लाके खड़ा कर दिया। जब उसे पता चला कि उसे टंग कैंसर है, वो भी फोर्थ स्टेज का, और शायद उसके पास कुछ ही महीने बचे हैं। बट आनंद इज नॉट द काइंड ऑफ पर्सन टू लेट गो ऑफ द सिचुएशन विदाउट अ फाइट, एंड दिस इज व्हाट सनी साइड इज ऑल अबाउट। How you look at the situation. Are you ready to face the challenge? And yes, Anand was ready to face the challenge head on. It must have been a tough time for the young couple, but they decided to fight it. And this is where I say that a large part of Anand's positive outlook is defined by his better half. In fact, I would call Mandeep his bestest half. Theirs is an intercultural marriage, but it is amazing to see how nicely they have blended their life journey together. I am now joined by Mandeep, Anand's soulmate, and let's hear आगे की journey from her. So, firstly, let me clarify I'm sharing your story not to dwell on the difficult times you endured, but rather to inspire individuals who find themselves in similar situations. So, tell me, what was your energy, your fuel, your motivation that kept you on the right path?
I just reminded myself that I'm not going to go by the experiences I've heard. So I'm going to build my own. So if I am going to build my own, I'll build best. Yeah. So that was what I was trying to do. So I just wanted him to be fine, and I was sure he'll be fine. Yeah. And I was sure I'll be able to handle my son because he was just 4 5 months old. So I was sure it was difficult. I know because a lot of things were new, and we used to hear only in movies that if someone is having some disease, the definite end is the end. I think one thing which was keeping me motivated all the time was the belief in myself, in God. I've always been a believer in God. So uh, I don't do like prayers like people every day do in temples or all, but I remind myself that there is one superpower there sitting somewhere and giving us energy to be here. And I think along with that, two more very very motivating factors for me. One for sure was he himself, because our wedding was a tough thing to crack. So we literally did everything to get married. So that was one of the motivation. The second was my father, my sons, both of them. They were too small. My family, my mother. So they were there with me at that time, and my father was literally standing besides me all the time, like be it day night midnight, anytime he was there ready to help us out, by getting things from outside, taking care of my kids, yeah, giving them chocolates during the hospital visits. And Manan is my elder son, he used to love visiting hospital. For him hospital is not a trauma. Yeah. So it was a trauma for me because I used to be in his room, and then after 1 hour I used to get a call from my dad that your younger one is hungry, come feed him. And then I lost a lot of weight during that time, just by doing this exercise. But yeah, my father, my mother, then he himself, my both son. And along with that, I think touchwood, I've got a very good in-laws, like by God's grace. His elder sister, we call her Baby Di. Oh my God, she was there, and she's my second mother. I know her from many, I think, births, I believe. Because whatever happens, I know every time if I'm in trouble, either I'll remind myself of my parents, him, or she. Yeah, she has been my strength. So I think that was the motivating factor. Touchwood, everything was good. There is one girl in our office, Nidhi Rawat. I don't know if you know her or not. She and her mother, they helped us at that time. When we need help, God actually sends people. So we used to stay in Dwarka, but the hospital was in Gurgaon. So every day we cannot, multiple times come to hospital and go back. So we used to stay in her home. She used to stay in Shushant Lok. So her mother, oh my God, she used to give us food for afternoon. She used to cook food for us at night, breakfast and everything. Like she did all the food. She actually took care of all the food needs. Nidhi was there to motivate me. She was there to tell me that you are a strong girl. Come on, nothing will happen. Don't worry. I don't want to see you sad. You have always been, laughing, cracking jokes and all. So I want you to see like that. I think all these people, they were, you know, they were there with me. So touch wood, I got my support from many, I think, unexpected ways by which God would have. And there is uh, one spiritual guru as well, which both of us follow. So he is not popular, nothing. He knows him, and through him I know him. So we used to talk to him, and we just believe whatever he says. So everybody, I guess, everything worked well, I would say. So luckily we were the lucky ones. Touch wood.
I am speechless. अब मैं क्या ही बोलूं? Hats off to Mandeep. Her positivity, her strength, and her faith is beyond words. Managing the situation with a young infant and another young child must have been a mammoth task. But as she says, touch wood, everything went well. Moving on, another crucial part of any medical situation is the post surgery recovery time. This is one time which can make or break a person. Let's hear how did they manage the post surgery period.
रिकवरी पीरियड अगेन, आई थिंक थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट ही था वो भी, पर हाँ हो गया। तो आई थिंक एक चीज़ जो सबसे ज़्यादा बॉदर करती थी, एक तो इनका जो हैंड है जिसमें ऑपरेशन हुआ है, लेफ्ट हैंड, इसको यूज़ करना छोड़ दिया था। ठीक है, अब गाड़ी चलानी है तो उस समय तो गियर वाली गाड़ी थी हमारे पास, तो गाड़ी चलाना छोड़ दिया। मेरे लिए अच्छा हुआ क्योंकि मैंने सीख ली। उस समय मैंने सीख ली, मैंने कहा ठीक है तुम मत चलाओ, मैं चला लूंगी, कोई बात नहीं। उसके बाद बात करने में काफ़ी दिक्कत होती थी इनको, क्योंकि जो टंग थी वो रिप्लेस हुई थी, मतलब नई बनी थी। तो हमें स्पीच थेरेपी लेनी पड़ी, फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट के पास रोज़ जाना पड़ता था। एंड एक जो मोटिवेशन होता है कि नहीं, आई हैव टू हील माई सेल्फ, वो था, लेकिन वो उतना एग्रेशन नहीं था उसमें। तो उसके लिए मुझे काफ़ी स्ट्रगल होता था। मैंने अपना बात कर ली थी टीम में दैट आई विल गो एट होम, लाइक आई विल गो टू होम एट 3 o'clock, आई विल गो विद हिम, आई विल ensure that he does all his speech therapy. I left literally everything which I had. Just my one focus was that he should be fine. So I think doctors also, I think, oh, he was God for us at that time. Everybody else said bad words, but then he gave us strength that 6 months down the line, you will see him better in a good state, and we believed him. It was a difficult time. We could fail, but we managed to sail through because we got the support.
Shifting the focus back on you, Anand. जब तुम्हें इस बात का एहसास हो गया कि soon my life will be back to normal with such a strong pillar of strength right next to you, तुम्हारे future aspirations क्या थे? What were you manifesting?
Yeah, so finally this phase was over, and obviously unparalleled support from my wife and everyone around me. But there was one thing that kept me going. You know, I was very much connected with the social cause. Like before I went for this treatment, I was connected with a lot of children, NGO kids, and we were helping them. I was personally involved with many of the NGOs our organization is supporting. So one thing I always kind of manifested while I was in my bed, while I was recovering, that one day I'll have to go back and I'll have to start my career again. I'll have to visit these NGOs, and I have to meet these students who are waiting for me. And I think that helped me a lot because once I started, coming back to life, and I decided that I'll join back. And once I joined back, I gained my all my energy, and I discussed with my mentors that I want more of that kind of work, and luckily I got that opportunity. So I got a new role created for me, apart from my technical role, and now I am looking forward this social responsibility function for my organization, and that's the biggest strength. I think that's keeping me going, and life is back on track. Everything is good now. Thanks to everyone.
And that was my conversation with Anand and Mandeep, who inspire me endlessly. Despite facing serious medical condition, which Anand battled bravely, they remain an incredibly joyful and fun-loving couple. Their outlook on life is nothing short of awe-inspiring, and I believe there's much we can learn from them. Their resilience and positivity has left a lasting impression on me, reminding me to cherish each and every moment and find happiness even in the face of adversity. See you soon with another story, another life journey. Until then, look up at Sunny Side Up.